Today I'm going to teach you how to make this dragon in Blender Game Engine with Python logic bricks. As you can see, it's a very fluid looking organic motion. You could use this for fish or for eels or for a dragon or anything that you want to have an organic looking feel to it. In this tutorial we're going to be working with some very simple shapes. I'm going to go over how to model these and do some very basic things in Blender, so if you already know the basics, just skip ahead. But we're going to spacebar, type in add plane, enter, G to move, and then tab to enter edit mode, A to deselect, B border select, G to move around, right click to select, G to move again. So you can just use those to select things and move them around until you get the shapes that you see here. So for the head, we're going to make this triangle. You can lock motion about an axis by pressing X, Y, or Z. So we've got a head. We're going to do the same process, add plane, enter, G, tab. We're going to add a modifier over here, mirror, that will make it so anything we do on the left side you can see on the right side. And so to make this shape down here, we just press Ctrl R, click, move your mouse down, select faces, E, scale with S, and select both these faces, right click, X, delete. Shift D on the X, tab, and we're just going to make this look like a tail here. Something like that. So now you've got these three separate objects. If you press N, it'll bring up the properties and you can rename them. Head, right click, section, right click, tail. And then if you come over to this, you can choose a material, add a new one. You can make it blue or red or whatever you want, and then right click on these guys and select that material, and it will change it to be those as well. And then to start the game engine, once you have things in place, you press P and things start, and press escape to get out of that. These are all the sections in the middle. This is the head and this is the tail. So we're just gonna take these and delete the sections here so you can see the process. So what we've got is a head that you can model however you'd like, and it's always moving forward on the y-axis. I've set it to 0.3, and then it's got two keyboard sensors that correspond to A and D, and when they're pressed it turns either 10 degrees to the left or to the right on the z-axis, which just looks like this. And that's it for the head. For the middle section, we're just having it always move forward on the y-axis, as you can see here. And we want it to track to the head. So add an actuator, or track to for the head. We want the time to be 0, up axis to be Z, track axis to be Y. You can see it'll follow it like that. You may notice that it doesn't immediately catch up to it, and if we are just to leave it like this, it never will. But whenever the head turns, the section immediately tracks to it, so there's not much of, well, it automatically closes a gap slightly, and anytime you turn, it'll keep it on track. So you'll see that when we add a lot of these sections, we could place them all over the place, and because of the difference of speed when they turn, it'll automatically come together. So We just need to know the names of these to make the next section add on to it. That's tail 28. This is tail 2, so we're going to tell this one to go to 28. And this one to 2. This one to 0. This one to 1. Etc. When we start it, they all find each other and fall in line. And so now let's line these up how they should look. And then Blender's pretty smart. We can actually take this entire section and duplicate it, and instead of all of these retaining their original track 2 objects following these guys, they're going to follow the new ones. So the only change we have to make is with this one, make it track 2 5. So once we switch that, we've got double the length tail. And again, you can move these pieces around and eventually everything will find one another, which is kind of a cool effect if you can ever think of a way to do something with that. And then for the last piece, we're just going to throw on the tail just because it looks cool, and make sure that that tracks to this one. And there you have it, Red Dragon. You can make all of these meshes the same using Alt-D, so that when you change one, it changes all of them. Or if you use Shift-D, then they'll each have an independent mesh data, so you can edit them and make all the segments of your dragon look unique. So it just depends on what look you would like. This has been a tutorial by Dan Calvin Designs. See you next time.